Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm sharing how spending just a few minutes in your craft room on your busy days can help maximize your creative time later in the week. Okay, so as much as I would like to say that I am an empty nester with ample time to sit in my craft room and craft, that's just not my reality. I work a lot. And I just don't, and I have, I have adult children that live all over the country and I visit them, and I have parents who are getting up in years, and sometimes I really want to spend time with them too. Um, I have a social life. I mean, it's not a very active one, but I do have one. And yeah, so I just wanted to pop in and show you that it is possible. So this is just one of the ways that I maximize my creative time. So there are two things that I don't really enjoy about scrapbooking, and one of them is printing photos, and the other one is journaling. So sometimes when my stuff is sitting on my desk like this, one of the things I'll do is, like the other day, I popped in and I just printed this one photo and glued it down. Okay. And then today I thought, well, I'm just gonna pop in and print some journaling and get that on there before I move on and do all of my other things that I need to get done today. So I thought I would pop in and share that with you because it is one of the ways that when I do get time to sit down at my craft desk for a couple of hours, I feel like I can just sit and be creative and it does feel like a relaxing time and not like work. So I am just going to type up my journaling for this, and I thought I would show you what my process is for that. So first off, I decide where I want my journaling on my layout. So in this case, I'm going to want it on this last square. These will all be photos. And then I think I have a lot of photos of this day or this activity that we did. And so I think I'm going to also put photos on these tags. So there's going to be a lot of photos on this layout, and it has some things to say. So I have a rather large, well, larger than what I usually do, journaling block here. And I am just going to type up my journaling in Word and print it and get it onto this 3x3 square. So the first thing I'm going to do is I cut my journaling square. Sometimes I don't cut it. Sometimes I will print on like a full sheet of cardstock. But in this case, I just wanted to use a scrap of cardstock, and that's one of the ways I go about it. And so my Microsoft Word is in centimeters because I'm in Canada. And so I just measure the block. So this one is 7.5 by 7.5. And so I go into Microsoft Word and I'll just pause here, and then I'll pop onto the screen and do a screen recording of how I set up a text box in Microsoft Word. Okay, so then I just pop in to open up a Word document on my computer. So this is just Microsoft Word, and I click Insert and Text Box, and then I go a simple text box, and then I take the shape outline off because I don't like that on there in case it doesn't quite fit where I want it to. So then I already measured my 3x3 square in centimeters. So because I'm in Canada, my Microsoft comes up in centimeters. So I know that it is 7.5 by 7.5. So then I just type in the measurements of my journaling square. And then I do a quick type up of my journaling. So I won't bore you with that, but that is all I do. And then I will show you how I go about printing that. Okay, so I have all of my text typed up. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to grab a scrap piece of paper. So this is just some instructions from a class I taught back in December. And so it's just like a scrap of paper now. I don't really need it. And I'm going to run this scrap of paper through my printer one time, and I'll show you how that turns out. Okay, so I ran it through my printer. Here is my text box with all the things that I wanted to say about this day. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some just Scotch tape, I tried using washi tape, but it didn't hold running through the printer, and then I had a bit of a mess. So washi tape is not the solution. I just use Scotch tape, and I just put it in the 2 top corners, and then I put one in the bottom, not corner, but in at the bottom here, like that. Okay, and then all I do is I kind of like get an idea of like where in the center is my writing going to be, and where, and then I slide it up from the line so that it's kind of centered, and try to make sure, and sometimes I'll go right up to the window, but of course I'm not going to do that on camera, but I'll go right up to the window and hold it up so I can see through my paper. And then I push it down, and then I hold it up to my computer screen, and I can usually see through my paper to see if it's centered, and it is. So I'm going to pause here and run this through my printer and come back and show you what that looks like. Okay, so here is the finished result. I got my journaling typed onto a scrap of white cardstock, and now that can go on to my layout. And that is just where I'm going to stop. And then I, you know, later, some other time, not now, when I have actual time in my craft room, I will be able to come in and finish this layout in a creative way. So that's it for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. I love to hear from you guys. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.